Good. It's because people playing Grand Theft Auto, so everybody be doing that roleplay. Yeah, not as bad as you saw what I was going through. First day in training, and what an introduction to the department. Wow. I think most men would be very satisfied with that. Right. Alright, let's partake and see what we got here, though. Let's get this. Bada bang.
Daddy!
What?
Come here!
What happened?
Come here!
What'd you do?
Come here!
No. Here, I'm gonna kick you and re-invite you. I think you're glitched. Yeah, party, it don't even show you. Oh. Oh, try now. Why does it kick?
Come here though. Come here, I want to show you something.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Seriously?
come here.
Seriously?
Look! Come here! Oh my god!
Alright, let me get over there for you. I'm coming. Hold on.
What?
Oh. Hold on, guys. Not working? That's why. Sorry. Alright, you know what? Let's see what we got here, guys. The heck is all going on here? Um. Ah, shoot. Alright, let me try. Alright, so I forgot my little man. He doesn't have Xbox Live right now, guys. C Daisy. We're gonna have to be fixing that real quick. Alright, so since that's not gonna happen there, how we wanna do this? Trying to think of something real quick.
In your Xbox?
I could. You need a shirt on. I'm doing all this for one game, dude. I don't have much time. Alright, let me go ahead and change my inputs here real quick, guys. Hopefully it doesn't affect anything. Oh my god, why is it so, like, delayed? There we go. Got to link this up real quick. And of course my Xbox ain't even on. Go ahead, hurry, put it on. Thank you guys. I really appreciate those. My phone just tried to connect to the Turtle Beach, really? Alright, let me link this controller real quick. Alright, that should link up here right about now. Yep, perfect. See, I don't even see my stream salt right now, so that's bad. I'll log into you. I'm not doing Fortnite. The game is too expensive. There's like, it's such a great marketing tool that they've used for that game for kids.
I know, but that's so stupid. Look, they put
like streamers, I can understand because
they put a Christmas tree on top of his head, not his body. He's not a Christmas tree. His head is. It clearly doesn't.
Right.
I mean, the cactus skin. People use that because if you go to the desert and you're a cactus skin, you feel like this.
Is it easier just to do CTs or? Well, we didn't got time for that either. We literally got time for like one round of Smite. All right.
Conquest.
All right, here. Should work now, technically.
Wait, Xbox.
All right. There is one problem though. I need to see. You know what? Screw it. I don't need to see nothing. If it works, right? Oh well.
Are these on?
Huh?
Are these on?
Thank you guys. I really appreciate all those.
On?
Put them on?
Yeah.
Got them the wrong way. Got it?
Bluetooth on.
Alright. So you're logging in. Alright, sweet. Alright, so while you're doing all that, it should show you logging in. So once you get logged in, I'll go ahead and send you that invite real quick. There you go. You go through?
I'm in!
That's why it works.
Daddy,
okay.
you know the deal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's do this, guys.
Dad, listen to this. Is this the way the music is?
Come on, we don't have time. Like, literally, we got like a half hour.
Is this the way the music is?
Yeah, that's the way the music is.
Like, look.
My God, really, dude? Okay.
Is that the way the new music is? Look.
Probably is. Yeah. That's just like that.
I thought it was lagging.
Yeah. It might be because these stupid headphones, I don't know. $300 and I'm not really satisfied with them. I'll never get Turtle Beach again. Turtle Beach, you let me down. Not for the first time, but for the second time. I think I enjoyed my PX5s. The Turtle Beach PX5s at one point. Why are you doing Conquest? That's so long.
Please.
You don't have time. And isn't that the one that you kind of struggle at?
No.
Okay. This is your chance to prove to me, okay?
Okay.
All right, I told you about this. We discussed this before
Hey, know
we
who
went
I'm
on.
picking?
Oh. Now we got to see what the other players are going to pick. Well, we all get assigned roles anyway, so I'm mid lane. Your support. Alright, so you know who you pick when you're support? You know who he is?
What?
Look at him. You don't even know what he is. Is he a mage? Is he a support?
Oh, Hunter.
He's a hunter, so why would you go support hunter? You see what I'm saying? You're gonna get the people mad right now. You wanted to play Conquest. This is what Conquest is. You have to pick a Guardian.
Guardian. Okay.
Yep, you got it.
It's been a while since I played.
No, I know. Me too. Me too. For sure. There you go. You get my skins too? Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's my skin.
Yeah?
Tick-tock.
Daddy, this is my skin. Look, you don't have the skin.
No, hold on. I'm trying to focus here. I'm gonna pick somebody else. I want to do Chronos, but I think I'm going to do
Don't be afraid.
I think I'm gonna do Scylla.
Daddy, look. Do you have the skin? What? Someone did that thing?
Forevermore. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Scylla,
Look, Daddy, someone did the pick any skin.
I know they did. Wow.
Look what I picked.
They definitely spent a lot for that. Right? They
Look
bought
what
the
I picked.
package. Yay! What's up, Raphael? How are you, bro? Thank you, Andreas. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
You don't have that skin. You don't have that skin.
Heck, you know I don't.
I have him though.
All right, let's get this round in, guys. Oh gosh.
Look at me.
I know. Don't point at my face like that, please.
Look, I'm the siege.
Oh, okay. I just smacked my microphone with my right ear, but that's okay. I think we're gonna be okay, guys. I think we're gonna be able to actually get through this. So hopefully, I'm not looking at my stream software because my third monitor is actually being used right now for his Xbox. So I'm one monitor short, but it's okay. I think I got so used to 3 screens. I can't even use 2 anymore, guys. Like 2 is still not enough for me. But that's just me. Hey, you know, you're used to whatever you use it for. All right. Let's go ahead and get started with that. Thank you so much for the 20 diamonds there. I really appreciate those, guys. All right, so let's what do I want to
Look, Daddy.
But
I think I'll fold all my leaves.
that's going to give me this gives me magical power but mana per second, which is good.
Good luck.
Some lifesteal would be nice, but I don't think I want to do that yet. Oh my god, I forgot how to play.
Do you really want me more powerful? Greetings! Gank! Gank! Oh, good luck!
Minions have spawned.
Dad, look at me.
Uh-oh, we better hurry up and get in lane. Let's go, hurry up, hurry up.
Look at me.
I know, pay attention, hurry up. You gotta go into support lane.
Me?
Yep. You gotta go with your,
I'm the best elf.
I'm middle.
Joy.
you gotta go in the left lane.
You are wonderful.
Left.
Yeah, left lane. You're a support.
Okay. I'm left.
Oh, I'm great at wrapping gifts. They don't call me Santa Claus for no reason. I'm the best elf.
All right.
Oh, thanks.
Let me go ahead and get back here. Holding it down, guys. Stay behind the minions. This skin is actually pretty cool. I like this skin. This is actually really nice. All right, guys. Yeah, why do you keep tapping me? Are you helping him out over there?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Kukulkan.
You're missing right. The pain runs.
Be careful.
Let those guys take out these guys. Oh shoot, he did grab my my power buff. I didn't even go grab it. Completely forgot about it. Alright, so yeah, you stay in the left lane with your hunter, okay? You guys are a support lane, so you guys support each other.
I can't. He's not supporting
I'll have to
me.
check it again.
Daddy, he's not supporting me.
Not good.
Enemy missing left.
You're right to be afraid. Attack!
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out though, Raphael. Bear with me, dude. I'll definitely check it right after this. I'm only doing 1 round anyway, and I gotta head off. Hey, they're already grabbing these XP camps, guys. Not good on our end. Yeah, he's hitting mana camps. This is gonna be bad for us, guys. Shoot, where's my minions?
Tower is under attack.
Come on. He's getting a little advantage on me, this Kukulkan.
You're
All right, come on. Just a little bit more, guys. A little bit more. Get those hits on you, boy. We gotta push him back just a bit.
Be right back.
Wow.
Traps.
Get out, dude. Okay, fine, sure. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, you know what? I'm really bad at this game. I should have got boots, guys, but it's all good.
An enemy has been slain.
Hold on to this.
An ally has been slain.
We're not gonna need,
Your left tower is under attack.
How do I stop?
I will not fail you again. I
What?
will not fail you again.
What the hell? I couldn't cancel.
Be missing left.
That's so weird.
Save yourself.
Wow, nice one. You're right to be afraid.
It wouldn't even let me cancel. That was so weird.
My pleasure.
I wanted to make sure our nice beloved all right, let's finish this up. At least this time I'm getting the camps, which is good. Very good indeed. Come on. I'm terrible. Nah, you're good, bro. Nah, but you know what though? I used to be very good at this game. It's just every so many years they change the meta on it, you know? And it's like relearning it all over again.
Retreat! Your middle tower is under attack. Your left tower is under attack.
Enemy missing middle.
Watch that left.
Be careful left.
Enemy missing middle. Not to worry. Ultimate is ready. Your left tower is under attack. Be careful.
You're right to be afraid.
Slain an enemy.
Oh!
An ally has been slain.
Wow, my abilities. Careful going in there, careful. Watch it. Watch your right, watch your right. Wow, I can get him too.
You're right to be afraid.
Oh, he's getting healed. It's all good. They all push back. Don't go out there. Push back. Retreat. All right, guys, that was a close one. That was a close one indeed.
Do you really want me more powerful?
Attack left
For your
lane.
life.
Okay. Not to worry.
All right, so let's get in there, guys.
Your middle tower is under
Yeah, well,
attack.
hopefully work's going great for you, man. You know, I hope it's going great for you. I gotta watch my middle lane here, guys. I want to make sure I outlevel my opponent here, which... Ooh.
An ally has been slain.
I seriously just get hit by that?
Enemy missing left. Your right tower is under attack. Slain an enemy.
Wow.
Double kill.
Ooh, wee!
Wonderful.
Killing spree.
There we go, guys.
How am I the lowest level?
You need to stay next to the minions. And since you're a guardian, you should be staying near your teammate. If you're staying out of lane like right now, you don't get points. If you want, go ahead and take the red buff with me so you can get level. Or, never mind, you're too far. Alright, and then, yeah, so you guys should be getting that left camp there like you just did.
Enemy missing left.
I don't think so. Nope. Oh, no. Come on, I couldn't move, man.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Ugh, so infuriating.
An ally has been slain.
Kill my spirit.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Do you know how to play Conquest? This is why I was asking you. Just be careful.
Enemies incoming left.
Your right tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed.
Alright, so
Your
we...
middle tower has been destroyed.
I think I'll hold on to
Your
this.
team has destroyed
Be
the
right
left
back.
enemy tower.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like me and the jungler, we're up there in the levels right now, but yeah, they're
On my way.
I'm out leveled though by my mid lane, so I gotta be careful here.
You're right to be afraid.
Okay, Thor. We're gonna start planting a few wards on here, guys, just to be safe.
An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain.
Okay.
Over here.
An ally has been slain.
We need to pull back, guys. Play it safe.
Enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
There we go. Come on. I don't like using the in-game voice commands because it always messes me up. Alright, let's get this,
Your left tower
You're
is
right
under
to be
attack.
afraid.
better run.
Daddy, I know how to play Conquest. I'm level 7.
You got it. You're fine.
Enemy missing left.
Alright, so we got this pushed. Ooh, look at that ultimate, guys. Look at that ultimate that came in. Nope. Not today.
An ally has been slain.
Run for your life.
Yeah, see, they're rotating lanes really good. Our team is not rotating, so now they're all scared, and I don't know where they're gonna be, guys. We gotta be careful here.
An enemy has been
Daddy, look, I got a kill.
There you go. But remember, Smite's not about kills. You gotta make sure your hunter should be doing good. You're supposed to help your hunter. But if you want to pretty much out level your other support, like the enemy one. Alright, let me go get my power.
An ally has been slain.
Let me pull back, actually.
Double kill.
You guys went too far up.
Enemy missing right. Do you really want me more?
Alright, let's go ahead and start pushing in a little bit. Alright, let's hold it down, guys. What time is it? Man, time flies. And we're only 12 minutes in.
Tower has been destroyed.
Okay. Here we go.
Enemy has been slain.
You're right to be afraid.
And I'm about to get ganked. Good thing I had that ward there, guys. Yeah, I gotta...
Move up. Attack middle lane.
Here they go. They're all coming mid, guys.
An enemy has been slain.
Come on.
Alright, Daddy, I'm good.
Oh, no! Alright, we're getting lifesteal anyway, which is all good. Wow. Alright, we gotta push. We gotta push as much as we can. We could probably get this tower out of here. That's right.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower.
Come on. Okay, little man, be careful. You're doing good though. At least you're holding it down. Red buff is down. I'm gonna go grab it. Try to grab it real quick if they let me. And I'm lagging. Oh my gosh.
Enemy missing right.
Oh, careful. He's coming in with the ult. He ain't coming in. He knew better. Oh! Come on. Okay, we're okay. I gotta help jungler on the
Your
left.
team has destroyed a left enemy tower.
Oh, she got away. I didn't do enough damage. I tried, man. Nice job. She got her. Okay.
Double kill.
You're right to be afraid.
Rampage.
Help!
Nice job. Alright, let the minions do their thing. Let's go ahead and try to farm some XP, guys. And at least that'll keep them busy with the,
Be afraid.
No, not worrying about this thing too much. And my ward just went down, guys. Not good.
Daddy, I'm bad.
You're fine. Takes practice. You gotta play it a little more. And you're guardian, so remember, you're not gonna really be getting kills.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're not gonna have like a lot of damage. Oh wait, I got your back. They're coming for you. Careful. Don't bite him. Don't bite him. He wants to bait you. Careful. All right, that was nice. All right, let's help Mildo. I need you to help me. Protect me. Oh my god.
Will be much worse.
You have been slain.
Yeah, we ain't got no team composition right now, guys.
Double kill.
What I should have did was just pull back. I was trying to be a hero.
Been slain. An enemy has been slain.
All right, let's see what else we want here.
No stealing presents. Oh boy, that was close.
Well, our passive is almost done. I just gotta finish up my tier 3 ability here, and then we should be fine.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks. You are wonderful.
Yay.
Where's your holiday?
All right, let's get back in there, guys. But first of all, let's get
Later, I guess.
some wards out there. Nobody's warding up. That's the problem. Alright, if we can get some more wards, guys, we'll be perfect. Alright, all the lanes are pushed. Level-wise, I think we're okay. You need to level up a little bit, little man. You're only level 12 right now. Yeah, you might want to stay with the minions. Hit some XP camps if you have to. You'll level up being here anyway. Alright, follow me, little man. Go to the left middle jungle here. You see the white arrow going down? We're going to do this one together. Alright, ready? Alright, let me grab my red buff real quick. And then we're going to go in your left lane real fast. We're going to hit your purple camp, okay?
Attack the Gold Fury.
Oh, they want Gold Fury, but we're going to do this real fast.
Cancel that.
Oh, never mind.
We need wards.
Hurry up, hit him so you can get some points. Hello? There you go. And grab that too. That's good for you.
Over here.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Shut down.
Really?
See ya.
Follow me, Daddy.
Come on, man.
Got him. Daddy, I avenged you. I got him.
Thank you. It's just annoying. I don't know what our team is doing. What? I kind of felt like I should have played Chronos.
No.
Yeah, it was close.
Dang, she really wanted to kill me.
Anyway, you were level 11, now you're level 13 because you got a kill and you did some camp, see? So that was good. That's what you got to do. You got to level up.
Your middle tower is under attack.
All right, let's what time is it? Dude, we got like
Enemy missing left.
10 minutes. This match will probably be over by then, though. All right, here we go. Let's keep it on, guys. Let's keep it rolling in. Why doesn't it cancel? Oh, now it does. That was so weird. They must have switched that around because I don't remember it being like that. Right. Thank you, Vibes. Alright, let's keep it up. Let's knock these guys out.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, let's push this just a little. Just enough to, there we go.
Daddy!
I know it does that. That's the HDMI cord. I gotta get a new one.
Group up. Attack middle lane.
Ah!
Alright, that lane is pushed. Let's go ahead and move in. Yeah, they're coming in hardcore, man.
Spree.
Door's going for you. Be careful.
Oh.
Slain an enemy.
Alright, there we go. That was good. Alright, jungler's gonna need some help. They're okay.
Oh, so sorry.
And let me go get my middle tower protected here. Alright, here we go. We're leveling up now, so we're definitely catching back up in terms of levels, but I think we really need like get a few other things rolling in here, guys. Whoa, they try to get me. Ooh wee. Yo, what? Oh, left, please. Little man, be careful. I ain't got no wards over there in those jungles.
Enemy missing left.
Oh boy. All right, here we go. Oh, here we go. Ooh, I put out of there just in time, guys.
The way opens.
All right, so we got 3 mid, but left and right is missing too. But oh, nice one, little man, nice one. Oh, you should have pulled him back towards us. Nice, that was good though. See how you went in? You helped the team.
Killing spree. You have slain an enemy.
There we go. Wow, that hurted.
Your team has destroyed a middle.
See, Daddy, I went in the tower and destroyed it without any minions.
Yeah, that you did. That you did. Really good job.
I think I'll hold on to this.
All right, let's move in. Let's go. I think we're about to hit level 20s now. Yeah, everybody's level 20 almost.
On my way.
All right. Solo lane's always going to be out level, and so is jungler. Whoa, what kind of ability was that? He get to teleport like across the map? What the? I don't even know what that was.
Be afraid. Be careful.
Ooh-wee. Book it out, guys. Book it out of there. All right.
An ally has been slain.
Ooh, that was close. That was close, guys. I'll weaken him up. That's all I can do.
Killing spree.
Man, but she has so much health steal. Like, there's no point even trying.
Has been slain.
Them all
You have
back
slain an enemy.
for me.
Really? Really, Magic? Really, bro? Alright, let's build this up, guys. 1350? Ooh. I think we can kind of wait it out. I don't know what that is.
Do you really want me more powerful?
How are you, bro? Yeah, right, right. All right, so level wise, I think we're good. I think we can actually win this game. Played smart here, guys. We're gonna pull back. I'm gonna try to defend mid as much as I can, but smartly. All right, little man, I see you over there, or that's actually your other guy. I forgot to get some wards.
Enemies incoming, right.
Retreat!
Oh, watch the right lane. We're coming. We're coming for the rescue.
Be careful.
Oh, they're coming in hardcore.
An ally has been slain.
Wow, big time. Ooh-wee. Come on, man. Ugh.
Can you feel it?
I screwed up. No! Alright, hurry up. You're about to respawn. 10 seconds. Why does it sound mute though when I back out? And what's with Dead by Daylight? I swear, always doing some kind of update. Alright, here we go. Alright, we need to get wards very badly.
One of my pets.
An ally has been slain. Your right tower has been destroyed.
Oh. Alright, oh no, oh no! Ooh, you're safe, just keep going, get out of there. They're gonna take Phoenix, but there's nothing you can do. They're gonna have fire minions in that lane now.
Your right Phoenix has been destroyed. Your Titan.
They're trying to end it.
Defend.
An ally has been slain. Double kill.
Ooh, that double kill came for the rescue. Alright, we gotta take this team out quick, guys. Alright, come on. Alright, we're gonna have one lane really crippled here, guys. Go, Tricks, go! Whoop, whoop. Go, 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 whoop, whoop. Hey, Magic, I got a question for you, bro. What do you think I should play later, dude?
Attack right lane.
We're attacking right lane. Yo, I'm about to attack mid. Or no, it looks like our... Alright, well, yeah, that is a tower we need to take out, though. And plus, we got fire minions here, so let's push this lane up just a bit.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Oh, we got him. Nice, nice. Pull him in. Pull him towards us. Oh, he's too fast. Pull back, little man. Just pull back.
Your left tower is
You okay? Home sweet home? I see you like playing PC a lot. You might as well sell your Xbox, right? Everybody tells me that. But you know what? He's playing on the Xbox right now. So that's kind of good that, you know, it's nice to know I have it.
Enemy missing left.
Oh, watch it, little man. They're coming in. Thor's going back. He retreated. Can you feel it? Alright, Kukulkan. I see you, bro. I see you, bro. You trying to get me? Nah, Kukulkan don't want it. Don't want this. Woohoo! Get out of there. Yo, we need to watch the right lane there. I'm gonna put a Oh, we need to retreat. Weaken them, but we have to pull back. Played smart here, guys. My mid tower is getting ganked, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and just... No, right tower is actually pretty good. Ooh. They're coming in. They're pushing this lane, man. Not good, guys. I'm stuck.
ultimate is ready.
Titan's under attack.
To be afraid.
Ooh, that hurted. Okay.
Group up.
Killing spree.
There we go. Come on.
Feel my
An
aura.
enemy has died down.
I got him.
You did. Good job. Yo, the whole team has almost been taken out, which is perfect. Frame rate wise, I think we're okay here, guys, but I feel like FPS, like what's wrong with my can I lock it at like 120 or something? Is there a way to change
An
that?
enemy has been slain.
It is. No. I'm gonna change my monitor settings. You're just here to watch. I appreciate it. Or play COD, right. Dude, why can't we add each other, bro?
Attack fire giant.
That's one thing I never understood. How are we supposed to play together? How am I supposed to play with my moderator, bro? That ain't gonna work.
Over here.
Alright, let's go. Come on, little man, you said attack, right?
Feel my aura. Don't run to be afraid.
Your right phoenix is under attack.
Retreat.
Your right phoenix has been destroyed.
Don't you understand?
Save yourself.
Cunt.
The hell's out of that thing, though? What the heck?
Daddy,
King, thank you for the 1 diamond.
you see how you use like pink and stuff?
Yeah, pay attention. Huh?
You see how you use pink? That's the strong version of him.
Okay.
Your Titan is under attack.
Alright, well, let's sell our starter item, guys. We're not going to need this anymore. Let's get something a little bit more helpful in this case. We're going to do, we need to do some more penetration, more like DPS here, guys. I think we're going to do,
Offense. Gang middle lane.
yeah, we'll do that. Alright, we need to get in there, guys. Big time. Right. Yeah, I checked on my PC and my Xbox. I don't see your friend request, Magic, which is weird, dude. I don't know. We're gonna have to look into it. Find out what's the cause of it. Alright. I think this match is about to be over, guys. We got this. This is why I said no conquest. It's a very long match, but it is a good round, though. I am enjoying it. There we go, guys. We're pulling in that damage now, but we gotta watch. I see Thor going in down mid. Oh, we got 2 down mid.
There you
Your middle
Here
tower.
they go. Here they go. Here they go. Okay, what's Thor doing? I'm out of here. I'm low on health. That hurted. Ooh, that hurted.
Middle phoenix is under attack. An ally has been slain.
I know, right? Oh, I know, bro. I know, man.
On my way.
Has been
Ouch!
Your middle phoenix has been destroyed.
Dang it, man.
An ally has been slain. Your Titan is under attack. Killing spree.
Trying.
Let them win.
Oh.
Double kill.
Yeah, we lost. No good team composition. Nothing we can do, guys.
I
Their
saw that.
their Hercules played a really good support, and then we had they had a pretty good solo laner too. I know, right? All right, guys. So we're actually gonna go ahead and end it right now, and then I'll be back later on probably. We'll see how I feel, see how things go if I have time. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Hold on, give me a second. All right, go ahead and, I'm gonna go ahead and log it out. Okay, hold on. You just gotta practice on Conquest. That's all.
But I did do good.